What's up, y'all? Welcome to day 6 of the Jumpstart Your Year challenge. Today's another really fun one. And I want to start by saying when I lead planning workshops and when I work even with individual clients, I oftentimes will say, all right, well, what do you have going on personally that you want to put in the calendar? So as we're building a plan for your business, what the heck is happening for you that we need to make sure we see in your calendar? And oftentimes people are like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like vacations or holidays or when your kids are going to be out of school and like the stuff that makes you like a human and not just this entrepreneur thing, right? These things are really important. So today we're talking about the time that we take that's away from our business. So first off, for many of you, this may look like taking vacations. And for others of you, this may look like taking a simple pause and a beat just to be out of the business and taking like a day or two, even for a staycation. So I want you to know that regardless of your financial circumstances, regardless of your home life, regardless of the types of things you enjoy, whether you enjoy getting away and out of the country or whether you're like, no, I'm a road trip kind of girl, or whether you like camping, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because what we're really talking about today is how we can take distinct breaks from our business because they are really important for the health of this whole thing, right? We need time to step out, let our business sit there for a minute so that we can actually refresh our mind, our body, our spirit. It is so important. So today, your activity is going to be to put dates in the calendar where you're already saying like, I am not working, just not doing it, okay? So let me give you a couple of ideas. First of all, if you have holidays or family vacations or things that you already know you're going to do. Like for example, if Thanksgiving, you're like every year we always leave and we go here and we're doing it again next year, put it on the calendar. If like your kids' birthdays are kind of a thing and like you know you're going to want to have a big to-do, put it on the calendar so that you can carve off the space for that. You may say, this is the year. I am actually going on a yoga retreat and I'm going to leave for like 3 or 4 days and go do it, or a week. Put it on the calendar, right? So let me talk about why this is important. If we are not proactive about thinking forward to say, I am not going to be in my business, we really will struggle to 1, make the time, or 2, handle the workload. So if you're going to leave, chances are there's some things you need to prep in advance before the heck you walk out the door, right? You're not just gonna be like, peace out, I'm taking vacation. I mean, you could, but most business owners want to set up their team to be able to keep running it or to be able to inform their customers like, hey, I'm not gonna be around for a little bit, right? I want you to be prepared. And by putting this stuff in your calendar now, you're basically saying like, this is equally as important to me as it was when I scheduled those CEO dates, as it is when I'm carving out time to be with my team, as it is when I'm scheduling meetings with clients, et cetera, et cetera. I'm making this a priority because I am important. Who I am outside of this office and this job is really important. And this other stuff helps keep me whole and helps keep me sane, right? So I'll tell you a little bit about my philosophy on this. And this is just my 2 cents, and you can do it in any way you want. I like to look at every quarter. So like every 12 weeks, every 3 months, and just kind of think, what would be a good getaway during that length of time? And so for me, usually that would just be like a long weekend of saying, okay, cool. During this window of time, like for example, in January of this year, I'm going to Florida to go visit some of my best girlfriends. It's a weekend. It's perfect. I love it. I'm already looking forward to it. Can't wait. Right? Quarterly, I like to have one of those, just kind of like a long weekend, something to look forward to. And it doesn't feel so distant and so far off that I can't really articulate like the excitement for it, you know? I also am a huge travel junkie. So I believe that I work as hard as I do to make the money because I really like to travel. And I travel internationally a good deal. But I will say, over the last couple years, I did a lot of that travel, and then I found like, ooh, I am feeling really unsettled because it was almost too much for the length of time. And I just thought, I got to reel this back a little bit, right? So that was a good reaction for me to have, just kind of test running it over the past couple years. So I still want to travel internationally, and I expect that this year maybe that will be twice. And what I'm already thinking of are okay, when are good windows of time? So I know, for example, it will not be in January, February, and March because I've got a lot of stuff going on. It's already on the books and I want to keep that really honed in. But April is a good month for that. It also happens to be around the time of my boyfriend's birthday. So it's good for us to kind of think about it now and say like, okay, could we both do that? Go around your birthday, go have some fun. Cool, perfect, like that's good. So we're starting now to just kind of pencil in with those dates maybe. Now we don't necessarily know where we're going yet, but we're starting to carve out the time because we both own businesses. Like we've got to be able to plan for this stuff, right? And save the money and be ready, right? So I also like to do one at least educational trip in my year. And we're going to talk a little bit about this down the line, sneak peek. But I do think it's important if you're, for example, I went to South by Southwest last year. I think that going to those types of events where you are perhaps doing a little travel or stepping outside of your business or maybe TEDx. So carve out those dates too, because those might be things you need to travel for and really need to step away, but it's important to put them in the calendar. And I like doing that stuff because it helps keep me fresh and keeps me inspired, right? So anyway, today's task is really just to start putting in some of the dates that you definitely will not be in your business, that you'll be able to step out of it, spend some time with friends and family and energizing your mind and your body and your spirit. You know, it's going to be great. So I can't wait to hear where you guys are planning on going this year. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you back here tomorrow for the next day's challenge. All right, bye y'all.